One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news to present. My name is Henry Himonde. The top stories in our news. 3 million kwacha CDF loans disbursed to 19 PICA beneficiaries. 760,000 kwacha Kapiri health post completed. Chitimkulu clocks 10 years on the throne. And Stanbic Bank pumps $80,000 in NAPSA stars. And now the details. President Hakainde Hichilema has directed law enforcement agencies handling the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport alleged gold scandal to bring everyone involved to book regardless of their political and social standing. Speaking at State House during a press briefing, President Hichilema said Zambia is not a safe haven for criminality but an investment destination. The president assured the country that everyone involved in the scam will face the law. Details in the following report.
This environment for investments, trade, whatever it is, must not be misunderstood to mean that there is a safe haven for criminals. Local criminals who may be wearing a jacket of being civil servants, who may be wearing a jacket of working anywhere, including State House or the Vice President's office, wearing the jacket of investors, gold traders. That room is not there.
In view of the alleged fake gold scandal which happened at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport early this week, President Hakainde Hichilema has spoken tough against the criminality, urging law enforcement officers to round up everyone involved.
In fighting crime, I repeat, in fighting corruption, there is no politics. There should be no politics. If a member of any political party engages in crime, any political party, any civil society, any church, you're on your own. You engage in criminality, in corruption, you are on your own. I've said this several times. Is it just words? No. There are cases now where we have removed people from this government, including those appointed by this president. And we have no qualms about that.
The president has further assured the nation that those connected to this scandal but have fled and crossed borders will be brought back into the country to account for their actions.
We will work with the international law enforcement agencies, continue doing that. Already there's collaboration that's going on. By virtue of my office, I'm aware that there's collaboration going on. Those that bolted from the airport, those that ran away, we have invoked already. Institutions have invoked the global network of law enforcers. I've been out for a few days, and I used the opportunity when I was there to talk to my fellow colleagues what was happening at home here in Zambia, and that we needed their support. And invariably, without exception, everyone said the crime in Zambia, and it takes a regional dimension, international dimension, it affects all of us.
President Hichilema has also informed the nation that in view of the gold saga, it is high time more investment was channeled towards fighting crime in Zambia.
My assurance to the people of Zambia is that crime will be fought. We're going to invest a bit more now, going forward, looking at the lapses here and there, including technology. We'll invest a bit more. I think citizens deserve that.
The head of state has since commended lead investigative institutions in the way they are handling the case so far, clearly stating that he will not interfere in the matter. The president made these remarks during a media briefing at State House. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
In Muchinga province, government has disbursed over 2,930,000 kwacha loans to 19 beneficiaries under the Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment Component in Mpika district in Muchinga province. Muchinga Province Minister Henry Sikazwe handed over the CDF loans to the beneficiaries, saying the empowerment loans are aimed at uplifting the living standards of people in the district through entrepreneurship activities. Henry Lumpa Jr. now gives us more in the following report.
They are celebrating in jubilation as government has responded swiftly to their applications of the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF loans in Mpika district. These are the 19 beneficiaries of empowerment loans who have received their checks. Muchinga Province Minister Henry Sikazwe, who officially handed over the over 2 million kwacha loans to the beneficiaries, called for prudent utilization.
Government will not bear any misuse of these funds by any beneficiary from today. We will strongly monitor the progress of cooperatives projects through ward development committees. It is my sincere appeal to everyone being awarded today to effectively utilize these resources for the benefits of Mpika district. Please ensure that you use the money for intended purpose.
An Mpika area member of parliament, Francis Kapyanga, has since commended government for this move.
We are here to save the Zambian people in Mpika regardless of their political affiliation. That's our position. And we take that position so firmly.
Beneficiaries of these loans have pledged to properly use the funds in developing the district.
We are so grateful and thankful, and we rest assured the government that we'll use this money for the intended purpose, and we're going to use it for our various projects.
I'm encouraging people who have received the empowerment to be jealous of what they have got, because this money is for public money.
Henry Lumpa Jr., Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
And in Lusaka Province, government has handed over assorted equipment and livestock valued at 500,000 kwacha to various cooperatives in Kafue district under the Food Security Park program. Lusaka Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Alex Mapushi says government is empowering citizens through the provision of social safety nets aimed at supporting vulnerable households in order to make them food secure. Details in the following report by Lou Majila.
Government's program to empower the poor and vulnerable but viable farmer households in Kafue district has continued to yield desirable results.
The government gave you the seeds and the fertilizer, then you return, and this is what you are getting today. And this is how we shall go as government. Whoever plants the reaps.
Us as a district, we are open to development, and we are very happy because these equipments, the goats, and everything that has been brought will help us feed our families, and it will help us and also feed the community as well.
Recoveries from the 2021 to 2022 Food Security Park program under the Department of Community Development have transformed into more equipment and livestock being distributed to additional beneficiaries within the district, much to their delight.
Today, we appreciate the government for bringing us such equipment that will go a long way in our communities.
Lusaka Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Alex Mapushi reaffirms government's commitment to empowering households and calls for support from all.
It is evident today that this function is more possible by the favorable policies of the government of His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. The beneficiaries are able to use their own recoveries to benefit the communities in Kafue district. Let's all support government empowerment programs and make sure that we use the inputs at the rightful time. This will enable the communities to even sell the surplus and venture into other business opportunities.
Lou Majila, reporting for Zanis in Kafue district.
And in Central Province, fire has swept through Kabwe Central Business, gutted 7 shops and reduced goods to ashes. The fire is believed to have been caused by an electric fault and is reported to have started from one shop before spreading to the neighboring shops shortly after midnight. Shupekile Nkunika now gives us the rest of the story.
In shock, they check what is left of their merchandise after a fire swept through their shops in the Central Business District of Kabwe.
I can't even understand.
It is 03:30 hours in the morning. The firefighters are trying to quench the inferno, which is believed to have been caused by an electrical fault.
There was a cable, an underground cable, which was accidentally cut, and as a result, they isolated the building. Restoration was done, and after restoration, we are told that one of the takeaways within this building had some equipment blown up and ultimately led to the fire.
The Kabwe fire team could not contain the inferno. They had to seek reinforcement from Kapirimposhi and Chiwombo districts.
It was very clear that the fire was overwhelming and we needed reinforcement. We got across to our friends, Chiwombo Fire Brigade and the Kapiri Fire Brigade.
The fire, which started around midnight, has destroyed goods in 7 shops.
Local government should look into the issue of getting modern firefighters and also just a training on our firefighter men and women.
Apparently, some of the shop workers claim they were locked in when the fire started around midnight. Police say the situation is under control.
The most important thing is we were able to secure the properties that were not guarded, and even those that were able to remove their property, the goods from the shops, were able to secure them. As for now, the security situation is under control.
Shupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Kabwe.
Still in Central Province, construction of a health post at a cost of 760,000 kwacha in Kasanta ward of Kapirimposhi constituency has been completed. The modern health post is expected to take healthcare services closer to the people who had to walk 9 kilometers to the nearest health facility. Here are the details.
For many years, Loveness Piri was helping deliver babies in Kasanta ward in Kapirimposhi district. However, following government's move to stop traditional birth attendants from carrying out home deliveries, Loveness was helping take expectant mothers who were due to deliver to health facilities. But this was difficult because a distance of over 10 kilometers was being covered to take the expectant mothers to the closest health post. In 2019, the community of Kasanta ward started to build a health post, but they did not have adequate resources to complete this project, which was later abandoned.
First of all, they sat and agreed to start a health post. So as you have seen that side, there was a health post that was constructed, started by the community. But now due to the
government, with the use of the 2022 Constituency Development Fund, has built this health post, VIP toilets and a staff house to respond to the needs of the people in this area. The people of Kasanta ward can now breathe a sigh of relief.
So many distance hapa yale baya shuka sana kwa tufike kliniki.
Shupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Kapirimposhi.
On the Copperbelt Province government, in collaboration with USAID Discover Health, has launched the Mobile Health Service Program. Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Daniel Kamenga officiated at the launch of the program, stating that the initiative is targeted at providing prompt health services to travelers like truck drivers. Agrippa Silumbwe now gives us more.
The transport equipment have been procured and ready to be dispatched in the field to offer mobile health services to the people. This is under the new health service program called Health Hub, which is aimed at providing prompt health services to truck drivers.
So this innovation is Health Hub. This time for Chirabombwe, we're interested in men on the move, who are the truck drivers. The nature of their work, it doesn't allow them for them to easily access the services. So the SSD code is star 573 hash. So once you dial that one, it takes you to registration. You can register yourself there and be able to access the service. In this service fund, they are going to see the particulars and where you are, or they'll just follow the directions which the system has given them and to follow you wherever you are.
And government has launched the program in Chilabombwe district.
The Hub Health and Men on the Move initiative aligns with the 2022 to 2026 National Health Strategic Plan, increasing access to quality health care services, which integrates health promotions and education.
This belief that our clinics are for women creates a strong cultural barrier for men. We also know that men are worried about confidentiality.
Some travelers spoke to have described the program as a step in the right direction.
So last week twaliko talechiriwa prominence walifo Tanzania mmotoka mukiufi mula mwine mulaini alifo. Hii program watuletera kwa government yao yetuletera sana. We just buying medicine from anybody who's selling anything, which is very dangerous at the end. So this is a beautiful program. We want to encourage the government to keep on doing this for the safety of the drivers and everybody else.
Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe, Chilabombwe district.
Now, over 600,000 kwacha from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has been used to construct a mortuary at Kapirimposhi Urban Clinic. A check by Zanis revealed that works have been completed and the mortuary is now awaiting commissioning. Here's the report.
Kapiri Urban Clinic caters for the entire urban population of Kapirimposhi, which is over 50,000. The district has had a challenge of a mortuary unit, which could cater for only 3 bodies at a time.
This was the old unit.
Okay.
Yes. And it had only 3 shelves, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. So sometimes when things get to the west, we could double the bodies here or triple the bodies. Yes.
However, the increment of the Constituency Development Fund from 1.6 million kwacha to 28.3 million kwacha has changed the situation in the district, as the urban clinic now boasts of a modern mortuary unit procured at a cost of 620,000 kwacha using the 2022 Constituency Development Fund.
This new unit has shelves to cater for more than 24 bodies. Also, even the open ground, because it's a court room, and it can be used to cater even for more bodies. So we are very grateful to CDF for this mortuary unit. It will go a long way helping the people of Kapiri who will be able to mourn their departed ones in decency.
Alina Ningambi is the constituency chairperson for CDF. He says the Constituency Development Fund has come at the right time for the people of Kapirimposhi.
Road, we have so many accidents. So sometimes, instead of taking bodies to different areas such as Ndola, Lusaka, and wherever, the bodies come to this mortuary. We are very happy with what CDF has done in our area.
Meanwhile, Kapirimposhi Town Council Secretary Yombwe Chisamu says the local authority has disbursed over 13 million kwacha for community projects.
In terms of the community projects, which are in the water and sanitation sector, the health sector, and the education sector, we've seen an amount of 13.7 million going towards such projects.
Daniel Billy, Zanis News, in Kapirimposhi, Central Province.
And now to Southern Province, where Iteji Member of Parliament Twambo Mtinta has warned contractors constructing Mpombo Rural Health Post against delaying completion of the project. Mr. Mtinta issued the warning when he inspected the construction site. Here's a report.
A Tej member of parliament has expressed concern about the slow pace at which contractors had to build the Mpombo Rural Health Post in Tej district are working. The MP has since advised the project's contractor to expedite the work.
Delaying it open a clinic by 2 weeks. 8 women will die as they struggle to deliver. And we're not willing to lose any life. We have for a long time had no such facilities. The money is there, so no excuse. So we don't expect any unnecessary delays because we're at a point where we are hungry. These women, they are anxious. Anxious. But mind you, this is a clinic, it's not a school. A clinic is not a school. This is something which is closer to the heart of everyone. Eh?
The project, which includes the rural health post, staff houses, a solar-powered borehole, and an incinerator, is funded by the Constituency Development Fund. And the contractor has assured the MP that he will complete the project within time.
So once all the materials are here, I can assure you within that stipulated time on the incinerator will be done. And we may spend much of the time on the clinic. And there we've got manpower, and we'll make sure that within the remaining period we're going to finish the structure.
Meanwhile, the traditional leadership in the area has welcomed the construction of the health post.
Development yatushikila yanshi ukulumba kukhulumendeli kwamba jajitwa jitana jitikilwe kutolelele lusumpu kwangu lwakanchila niyo twajitelela bwasunu kwamba malaiti wonse akubwayiwa ati akalajitabuti akalashika kumasena wonse.
Once completed, the project will reduce distances covered to access health services in the area. Frederick Mwansa, Zanis, Tej.
Still in Southern Province, the European Union has given the Southern Water and Sanitation Company NWASCO 13.2 million euros for the installation of PV solar system in the region. NWASCO Director of Operations Wallace Shower says the installation of the PV solar system will enhance effective provision of clean drinking water in the province. More in the following report.
Erratic water supply by Southern Water and Sanitation Company to its customers has been a common feature. To address this challenge and effectively provide safe and clean drinking water, SWASCO has embarked on the installation of PV solar system and the replacement of pumps in all its operation areas across the province.
We have secured funding from the European Union to invest in the water and sanitation interventions. One of the solutions is to try and reduce the electricity cost, which accounts for one of the major input costs to water production. So what is to be put is the PV solar system, also a reduction of non-revenue water. There'll be activities that will be done in that respect. Then also extension of the water and sanitation system.
We came down here from Lusaka to check on the preparedness in terms of the land availability where the solar will be installed in this project.
For effective service provision, SWASCO wants its customers to safeguard the utilities infrastructure.
Just to urge, our clients out there to be supportive to these projects that we are doing, because this project is going to be a game changer for Southern Water and Sanitation Company Limited.
These interventions that we are seeing today is in tandem with government policy. It will help us reach the Millennium Goals, the 2030 vision, where we want our people, 100% of our people, to have access to clean and safe water.
Costa Kimudenda, Zanis, in Joma District, Southern Province.
The Civil Service Commission says there is need for the country to fully implement the decentralization process. Civil Service Commissioner Lewis Siandiawantu says the decentralization program has been on the country's cards since independence and needs to be actualized immediately. Mr. Siandiawantu was speaking during an engagement meeting on the devolved functions with civil service and local government employees in Mwinilunga district. Obed Lijim now gives us more in the following report.
Decentralization can be defined as the transfer of responsibilities, authorities, functions as well as power and appropriate resources to provincial, district and sub-district levels. Since assuming office in August 2021, the UPND government has significantly accelerated decentralization process. The Local Government and Civil Service Commission has since embarked on a countrywide tour to explain the process to workers. Civil Service Commissioner Louis Siandiawantu engaged employees in Mwinilunga district.
We have now given power to ministries to now sit and confirm, transfer, retire and promote. So there will be no excuse to say this officer has not been confirmed because we are told that all the documentation is with PSMD.
In the past, decentralization was pronounced most of the time, but in the actual sense, it was not doing its part. It was decentralization in pronunciation.
Over 51,000 employees have since been attached to councils from central government.
An attached officer will perform a function in another institution, but will be paid by the institution that attached that officer. So as now, central government, through the PEMIC system, will continue paying you.
Workers in the district pledge their support towards the devolution process.
We have embraced this police commissioner and we are willing to support it because, like you have rightly put it, we have seen opportunities.
There is nothing that will actually, dislodge some of us from being what we have been. Coming to local government will still be what we were.
Reporting for Zanis, Obed Lijim in Mwinilunga district, Northwestern Province.
And in Eastern Province, increased poaching activities in the South Luangwa National Park is threatening the growth of the tourism sector in the Northern Circuit. 104 community scouts have since graduated from Malumanyama Wildlife Training School in Mambwe District to help curb illegal hunting activities in the national park. Mambwe District Commissioner William Banda, who officiated at the pass out in Mambwe District, says government will continue working with partners to enhance the conservation of wildlife. Here are the details.
Apart from being renowned for agriculture, Eastern Province is endowed with huge tourism potential, supported by the South Luangwa National Park. However, the sector is in constant threat due to rampant poaching. In continued efforts to address the situation, Nyamaluma Wildlife Training School in Mambwe District has graduated 104 community scouts.
Graduating today are 13 female community scouts and 91 male community scouts who started their 3-month basic paramilitary training and wildlife management on 22nd May 2023 to 15th August 2023. Initially, the training started with 118 trainees, where 14 trainees voluntarily put out of the training within 2 weeks of training and proved themselves weak for the training. The graduation of these officers could not have come at a better time when more manpower is needed to address the various challenges relating to resource protection in the national parks and game management areas.
The pass-out parade was graced by Mambwe District Commissioner William Banda.
Zambia, like any other countries in the region, is faced with a lot of pressure of illegal offtake of natural resources. In order to maintain sustainable tourism in the country, it's imperative, ladies and gentlemen, that we protect the environment and wildlife resources found therein. This is the task ahead of you young men and women on parade before us today.
Also in attendance was Chief Malama.
Ninawapongera kukuru chifukwa kasungidwe kanyama kakuya pasogoro so chili chinthu chokondweresa nakuti mukasevenze ntchito yanu mokondwera monga mwikondwerera kumene kuti kufuna kuti mikakhale village scout chili chinthu chosankha pa mtima wanu.
Meanwhile, cooperating partners made this appeal.
Most of the community scouts here have met the minimum government recruitment requirements. I therefore ask your good office to consider them for upgrading so that we create space for other community scouts that can be absorbed by community resource boards countrywide.
Abigail Kashweka, Zanis in Mambwe District.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has described Paramount Chief Chitimukulu as a unifier. Mr. Mpundu said this during celebrations to mark Paramount Chief Chitimukulu's 10th anniversary on the throne. The anniversary celebrations were held at Ngwena Arena in Mungwe District prior to the Ukusefya Pangwena traditional ceremony for the Bemba people, which will be held on Saturday, August 19th, 2023. Details in the following report by Helen Walia.
It was a joyous occasion filled with traditional dances from various groups and chiefdoms to celebrate Paramount Chief Chitimukulu's 10 years anniversary on the throne. This was at Ngwena Arena in Mungwe District. During the occasion, the Mwinelubemba was also presented with sashes of recognition and crowned as an elder of the Sister City International of United States and Africa for his contribution towards development of Kasama. Kasama Mayor Triza Kolala presented the sashes to the Mwinelubemba.
Sister City US Africa was established in 1956, and it has since been growing and helping a lot of cities by connecting them and connecting Africa with the United States. Our chief has continued to partner in a lot of things. It's not only education, but even in health and other avenues. And I was very touched when I went to Cape Town and I received the sachets on his behalf. Because of his input, he is recognized as an elder in the establishment of sister cities.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu and other senior government officials witnessed the celebrations.
He's a chief who is very pragmatic. He's a chief who loves hard work. Us as government, we work very, very closely with the Paramount Chief. And mainly we are talking about development of Mungwe District, Kasama District, all the districts in the province.
And Chief Onkole Mfumo of the Bemba people reflects on the 10 years that Paramount Chief Chitimukulu has been on the throne. Helen Walia for Zanis in Kasama, Northern Province.
And in sports, Stanbic Bank has increased its sponsorship to NAPSA Stars Football Club from last year's $70,000 United States dollars to $80,000 US dollars for the 2023-2024 season. Stanbic Bank Chief Executive Officer Mwindwa Siagalima says NAPSA Stars has exhibited a lot of potential in taking sports to greater heights in the country. Sande Bwalia covered the event and brought us this report.
Football remains one of the top sports in Zambia and continues to be a unifying factor for Zambians from all walks of life. For this reason, Stanbic Bank has increased its sponsorship to NAPSA Stars Football Club from last year's $70,000 United States dollars to $80,000 United States dollars for the 2023-2024 league season. Stanbic Bank Chief Executive Officer announced the sponsorship to the club in Lusaka.
We've continued to see a lot of potential in the team, and we are therefore excited to renew our sponsorship with NAPSA Stars Football Club for the 2023-2024 season. This time around, we have increased our sponsorship from last year's $70,000 US dollars to $80,000 US dollars of today's kwacha equivalent. As we all know, and as we've come to learn, football is a business, and it's a great career choice for the teams, as well as the technical bench. I know there's learnings that happen at every level, whether at the technical bench level.
And National Pension Scheme Authority Director General said the collaboration between NAPSA and Stanbic Bank underscores the authority's dedication to excellence and community welfare.
This collaboration underscores our dedication to excellence and community welfare. Just as players unite on the field of play for victory, just as players unite on the field of play for victory, sponsors and supporters unite outside the pitch to pave the way for the team's success. Ladies and gentlemen, NAPSA and Stanbic Bank Zambia bring more than just financial support to the team. We share a common vision that is beyond a business transaction. It is a commitment to positive change in the community around us and inspiring the future generations to aspire for greater things in life.
Meanwhile, a NAPSA Stars Football Club player thanked Stanbic and the authority for supporting sport in the country.
And I thank you very much for what you're doing, because this indeed has helped to create job creation, which is improving livelihood, the livelihood of people in Zambia and families also. So
one would hope that this sponsorship will enable the team to do even better in this season, which kicks off this weekend. For Zanis in Lusaka, I am Sunday Walia.
And finally, Chipata United coach Esau Zulu says his team is ready to take on Livingstone Pirates in a playoff match for the National League slot slated for Saturday at Edwin Imboila Stadium in Lusaka. Zulu says his players have prepared adequately and are physically and psychologically ready for the deciding match. More in the following report.
Chipata United is geared to battle it out in the playoff match against Livingstone Pirates for a National League slot on Saturday. The Eastern Province League champions coach Esau Zulu is confident of his team emerging victorious.
You know, it's a playoff of two teams. It's a playoff of only one game. It's not like the playoffs which we had last time of playing 4 games. To me, I'm ready for the game. I'm ready for them. I'm ready for the game. Even if the morale is high, all the players are there. I've assembled them the way they were during the past playoffs. No, the guys are eager. The guys are ready. To me and to the boys, they're calling it a last fight. This time is something else. I know Pirates, they have been playing National League. They have been there for a long time. You know, football is in the pitch. Football is not on the mouth. Football not be played by history. Me, I believe in myself. I believe in my team. So my only aim is to bring National League in Eastern Province. So I'm going there to bring National League in Eastern Province because that's the aim.
And the team captain says the morale is high among his fellow players.
The team is very much ready and the morale in camp is well high, and we are expecting to push ourselves to bring National League to Eastern Province. But my message to my fellow players is to work together, bring speed together and push together and work hard so as to bring National League to Chipata again.
Here, Chipata Mayor George Mwanza has urged the team to put in their best as they represent the city of Chipata and the province as a whole.
Nifuna nichita encourage by Chipata United and the technical bench for Chipata United that they go to Lusaka to play against the Livingstone Pirates. As a city, we are proud of you. We are proud of Chipata United. This is a city team. It's a team for the community, and I would like to call upon the business community, citizens, to rally behind Chipata United. This is our pride for the province and for the city, and it is important that we support them with any form of support.
Sylvester Chimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
That sports item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, another look at the top stories. 3 million Kwacha CDF loans disbursed to 19 PICA beneficiaries. 760,000 Kwacha Kapiri health post completed. Chitimkulu clocks 10 years on the throne. And Stanbic Bank pumps $80,000 in NAPSA stars. Thank you so much for watching the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.